My nirvana, the thing I dream of, is the media plan of the future. And there are four main tenets of that. First is that it's addressable. Second is that we're using platforms to buy that addressable media plan. The third is that we're measuring impact, not just impressions. And the fourth is that we're taking into account context and content, which, as we know, is very important to consumers.
So when you talk about an addressable future, there's definitely debate about whether we're going to ever have this, everything is one-to-one or not. How do you see that playing out?
Yeah. Addressable doesn't mean that it's one-to-one impressions. To me, addressable means we understand the households, the people that we're speaking to. Legacy ways of doing things obviously are age and gender, and that's not enough information for us to look at our whole entire media plan across everything that we're doing. So when we say addressable, I want to understand the audiences that I'm buying, and I want to be able to transact on those audiences. Obviously, we're talking about new currencies and new measurement that will help evolve that process. We're still not there yet. There's a lack of consistency in terms of these new measurement tools, in terms of lots of things. There's a lack of infrastructure supporting them so that we can scale those solutions today, which is why we're not where we want to be. And I think the biggest barrier is understanding these addressable audiences, being able to plan against them, being able to buy against them and measure against them, which really ideally would happen in a platform, which was my second point, that we need to move to platform-based buying. And it doesn't mean everything is biddable, it doesn't mean it's PMPs, it's just using a platform to connect all of the pieces so that we're consistent and looking at things holistically across our buys.
Okay, so to get to this nirvana, a lot of change seemingly has to happen. What are some of the things that are in your way or in the industry's way to make this reality?
Yeah, a couple of things. The first I would say is silos. There are silos in lots of different places. So silos in terms of the way advertisers are looking at budgets and the way we're measuring things. You know, I have a video budget and a social budget, and we know that, consumers don't consume media that way. The second would be, siloed inventory. So whether Amazon has their inventory in one DSP. YouTube has their inventory in a different DSP. Retail media lives totally separate. And again, we need to get everything into one platform so we can look across everything. And then the last thing I would say is measurement. A lot of the measurement that we use today, the legacy MMM models, are based on the assumption that all impressions are equal, and we know that's not the case. We should need to move to a model where things like engagement and, cultural relevance and premium content, however we define that, are taken into account and are measured in these models, and we're not rewarding, wasted impressions and tonnage and things like that.
You touched on the idea of not every impression being equal. How much of it is a challenge to kind of break the thinking that success equals tonnage and good pricing? Is that something that you face?
Absolutely. And it's a legacy way of thinking, right? It's a legacy model that we've used where all impressions are equal and X number of impressions drive sales. We need to move to more impact-based and outcome-based models where we understand what the role of each impression is. Not every impression is meant to just drive reach and frequency. Some impressions are meant to do different things. Understand the role of that impression, what the job to be done is, and how that ladders up to overall business goals and objectives, which is the most important thing.
How does AI make all this theoretically easier without relinquishing too much control?
Yeah, it's a fine balance, and we talked about that a lot here. AI should help us automate and improve the things that can be automated and can be improved. Connecting the platforms, when we're talking about technology, that should help. Bid strategies can help, but we still need humans to look at things, humans to analyze things, humans to put thought against it and insight and extract information from the things that AI is helping us with.